they had a good knowledge of Chinese culture or anything?
That helps, but they have to speak English to be able to communicate. So.
Yeah.
So does that mean that most of the people, but the people you hire themselves are Chinese?
No, friends of friends. Yeah, but you have to be able to communicate. It's annoying, you know, you go to a place and all they speak is their own language. It's like, wait a minute, it looks like China, but this is America. You know, you should be able to speak the local language.
Would you classify your own restaurant as a more Americanized sort of restaurant, or a restaurant that strives to model traditional Chinese restaurants?
You can try. You bring your own idea what Chinese food should be, and then through trial and error, over the years you begin to modify. And as a restaurant person, you need to modify. You can be the most authentic restaurant. You can be selling pig stomach and cow intestines.
Cow intestine is good.
It's very good. And pig's feet and duck's feet and chicken feet, whatever. But if nobody were to eat it, you'll be out of business. So
yes.
It depends on your location, and you have to adapt to your location.
So
if you're in Chinatown, you can be very ethnic. If you are in a place where there's a lot of Chinese, you can still be very ethnic. But then if you are in a place like Vienna, you might not like to be too ethnic, because American customers have their own sensitivities. You have to respect that.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
ladies who open the menu, they don't want to do it. You don't want that.
Yeah, they don't want to see snails or stuff like that.
Yeah, you do like to sell something that's representative of Chinese food. But you shouldn't go over.
So the main purpose behind your restaurant is just to stay in business and adapt to the local customers around you.
To show them what Santonese food is about. Because you know, every couple years Chinese food changes.
Yeah.
We need to show them what Chinese food in our part of the country is about. Because China is a huge country.
Yeah.
Most people think the Chinese food is like we all go to the same cookie cutter training school. We all cook the same dishes. We all have to taste the same, using the same ingredient. Basically, they all expect us to be like a McDonald's. But every restaurant you go to, same dishes, same everything, same prices. It's not going to be.
Right.
Even though we do, check on our competition, so we don't go too far ahead or too far behind. We all have our own interpretation. What Chinese food should be like, what the sauce should be like, what the ingredients should be like. And just because you find it in one location, doesn't necessarily mean that you find the same in the other. Because we're so proud of our heritage. We say, our way is the best, right? Yeah.
So since opening your restaurants, what major changes have you made to either the environment, your staff, or the menu? And what were your reasons for making some of those changes?
We don't make much changes. You go with the flow. Like in the 70s, most of our staff is Vietnamese, because there's a lot of Vietnamese who came to America. And restaurant is a springboard to a better life for new immigrants. And then later, now we have more people from China. And it's the same. It's for restaurant, it's a springboard to a better life. It doesn't require a lot of education. It does require that you work hard, that you're willing to work hard. So you go with the flow. You try not to make too many changes, both in your food and how you do business, because customers expect a certain thing. They don't want too much changes.
So what trends have you noticed among the customers coming in since you've opened? Because
notice we have less older people. So
have you changed your restaurant to fit that trend?
We changed some dishes, but basically it doesn't change much.
Okay. You just mentioned that you think the restaurant can act out like a springboard for the immigrants coming in. Do you feel that having a Chinese restaurant in this area that gets a good amount of immigrants, do you feel that your restaurant helps certain immigrants assimilate into American culture?
Yes, we have, since opening, we have helped many friends that we bring from Hong Kong, who were chefs in Hong Kong, who came here. And they worked with us for a couple of years until, their children are of a certain age, or they have learned enough, and then they move on. Now we have friends who are in Kansas and California and Minnesota. So, yeah, and Louisiana, I think. But they work with us and they learn what works and what doesn't work. See, what happens is you are a very good chef in Hong Kong, but in Hong Kong, just like in China, you are in a position so that you really don't have to do a lot of work because the kitchen staff is huge, both in the front and the back. Because all they do is they do lots of banquets, one after another, so the income is very, very high. Yeah. Now, in that situation, they really don't have to do much. They're more like a supervisory position. When they come to America, it's a different reality. A lot of things just hands-on. Because there aren't that many people for you to hire. So a lot of things you have to do yourself. So they have to learn that. They have to accept that. And one day, if they go out and open their own restaurant, and in American small business, if you're the boss, you have to do everything. Your staff, one of your staff say, well, I got to do something, or I'm sick or something. Well, you have to fill the void. You cannot call like manpower and says, quick, I need something. No, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard work. Yeah, we have people really, really good training, and they come to America and say, oh, you mean I got to do all this? Yes. In America, you have to do hard work. But few people complain. They all came here and they all very, very happy because it allowed them to bring their family and their children. There's a drawback to that is that their children seldom enter the restaurant business. I know several who went on to Berkeley and now are lawyers and doctors. So it stops with them. Once they have accomplished this, so their children don't.
Do you feel any Do you feel any regrets about that? That when the family comes over here, they start off and they set up a base with a restaurant business, but as the kids grow older, they move away from that into other fields such as research or medicine, because wouldn't that be better for the kids so that they have a chance to excel more in other fields?
No, I congratulate them that happens. We Chinese, we call that mainstream. Mainstreaming
What do you mean by that?
means you join the mainstream.
Oh.
Yeah, you are using this. It's just like Brian. I do not expect to see Brian in the restaurant business.
No, Ryan's smart.
Yeah, see, this is the way it is. Everything has its time. And when the time comes, you have to accept the changes. And because the good thing about America is every day new people come.
Yeah.
New people willing to do the work and to learn the trade and to keep it going. And that's what makes America great. Sometimes you have to move up the ladder. You have no choice but to move up the ladder so that you can make room for the newcomers.
Yeah, isn't that what people want?
You'll be too crowded. You'll be, if you have too much of anything, like in the 70s we had too much of Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
That kept the price really, really low until you go out of business. And now I see the same thing with the Thais. Too many Thai restaurants, and that's going to hurt them. And now